turned my GoPro off because I've spent the last hour trying to get these fucking trout to eat something. Ah! And I just caught one, and I've just lost one. Fuck my life. Whew. So, I literally gave these trout everything in my fly box, and finally got one to eat this tiny size 16, actually maybe it's a size 18, spent olive. And I was going to land him for you, but now he's gone. Right, take two. So there was a big hatch of mayfly here last night, and there's quite a lot of spent mayfly coming down this river, and I'm pretty sure that's what these trout are munching on. I am going to tie up and cast over them this beauty. This is Brendan Whelan's spent olive interpretation. Looks like the most innocuous fly I've ever seen. Absolutely lethal. I'm going to creep up here and see if I can interest one of these guys. And there's a few duns appearing, there's a few mayfly starting to hatch, but I don't think there's enough to really interest them yet. But we'll have a little go and see what happens. Of course they stop rising when I appear. Typical. They've been munching away good there for the last few minutes. He's a bit out of reach. There's some good sized fish in this current. Oh, there's one there. Right there. I'm going to give him this spent mayfly and see what he says. A bit short. A little bit further over. The old Spento Olivo strikes again. Oh, you beauty. Not a monster, this guy, but he's very feisty. Beautiful silvery fish these. Look at that. Running little fish. What a class little fish. As quick as these little beggars went onto those spent mayfly, they went off them. And I don't know if you can see, but they have all of a sudden, in a space of about 3 minutes, switch their attention from the spent mayfly. This pool was literally boiling with fish, all the way from the bottom, all the way up to the top there. All the way down, the whole length of this pool was boiling with fish, taking spent mayfly. In the space of 3 minutes, it has stopped. And you can see under these trees over here, they have turned their focus on to the willow grubs. So I followed suit. Not sure that I'm going to be able to tent them. They're very tricky on these willow grubs, and not at all simple, but I'm going to give it a little go. Oh, I missed him, little fucker. Oh, I don't believe it. Probably scared the bejesus out of him now. That was rather frustrating. Tricky enough here because the current pulls your line out of there really quick, and they don't want to see that willow grub dragging. They want to see it just drifting naturally, which is tricky enough. Finally, one little fucker on the willow grub. Oh, have him now. Little whore. He hammered that. He really took it. But it landed just in front of his nose and he took it instantly. I don't know how big he is, but he's feisty anyway. So this is a beautiful big freestone river called the Waiau. This is the lower Waiau. We came here in the hope that we might catch, there's rainbows and browns in here and apparently the odd Chinook salmon, but we hoped we might catch some rainbows or browns on nymphs or dries, but the wind coming downstream is pretty heavy going and I cannot cast upstream and place my fly in the pockets between the boulders where I would need to, so I decided to put on a lure and belt the lure down here and see what happens. Usually the rainbows at least will hop off anything, so we'll see what happens. If any of these little rainbow dudes want to munch on my lure. Actually technically it's just a small wet fly, but see what happens. Brute. Hammer this. Little beauty. Beautiful wild rainbow. Bingo! If I can land this fucker now. Woo! These rainbows are crazy, these wild rainbows. Ow! Just burned my fucking hand. Oh, you bitch!